How did Brookside go from a small depot to controlling 70% of the industry? Today we are going to start from the beginning, mpaka saizi. We are not going to miss anything. Brookside was born in 1993 as a family business, and the founders were the Kenyatta's family. Yes, those Kenyattas you're thinking about. At this time, milk production in Kenya was very, very chaotic because farmers had no cooling systems, so maziwa ilikuwa inaharibika. And then the farmers were also being conned by middlemen. And to add on to that, KCC was collapsing huko hivi juu ya corruption. Brookside stepped in with number 1, milk collection centers, modern milk collection centers. So Brookside walimalizana na story ya middlemen. Yeah, and then wakaleta pia cooling systems, so maziwa iko inaharibika. And then they also had regular payments to the farmers. The goal was to buy from the smallholder farmers, process the milk in Ruiru, and then watupe sasa the quality branded dairy. And let me tell you, it worked. Farmers loved Brookside, especially in central Kenya. Walikuwa naita revolution. Come early 2000s, Brookside ilijiposition as a farmers first company. Yani they were putting farmers first, and this is what they did. They trained dairy farmers on hygiene and animal husbandry. Yeah. Alafu pia waka set up collection centers hadi huko mashinani, huko the rural areas, huko kwenye unadhania kwezi fikiwa. Yeah, Brookside was there. Walikuwa na centers huko. They also invested in rural infrastructure and gave veterinary support to the farmers. They built massive loyalty. I'm telling you, Brookside was the only name farmers could trust, especially when these other companies were either delaying their payments or they were underpaying the farmers. Let me tell you, at this point, they're not even in the media. They're just growing strategically. Then came in the acquisitions. Let me tell you, Brookside walijita kamkutano, wakajiuliza, how can we become better? How can we become stronger? By buying competitors. That's exactly what they did. 2007, they bought Ilara that was owned by Samir Group. 2013, they bought Spinnit. Wale wenye wanatengenezanga tuzo. In 2015, they bought Samir Agriculture and Livestock Uganda Limited, based in Uganda. It became Uganda's top processor overnight. Hii time, they are not only dominating Kenya. They were dominating Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Ethiopia. They had plants in Ruiru, Molo, Nyeri, Eldoret. Brookside was collecting over 1 million liters of milk per day. They even introduced Brookside Fresh, Brookside Cool, Brookside Plus. Yani they were trying to target the whole market. Hakuna mwenye anaachwa nje. All of you are catered for by Brookside. 2014, Brookside made the power move. Yani power move of all power moves. They sold 40% of their shares to Danone, which is a multinational dairy company. I told you about this in the other video I did on Brookside. Now this deal, it did 3 things. Ilifanya vitu tatu. Number 1, they brought international quality standards za dairy hapa Brookside into Kenya. That is why Brookside always, hautaipatana na Brookside maziwa ikuwe mbaya. Brookside always ni quality. Number 2, Danone, it gave Brookside money to expand across East Africa. This deal also raised a lot of eyebrows because what do you mean? A once local brand, totally Kenyan, 100% Kenyan. Saizi, it's in multinational. It's French owned, 40% French owned, and it has political ties. At this point, Brookside was not just a milk company. Ilikuwa na international connections, iko na government ties, government. Yeah, it had government ties, and then it was controlling nearly 70% of Kenya's dairy market. But you know what? With a great market share comes great scrutiny. You can't escape it. Uko hapo, tutaona. We will see. So yeah, we saw. It's very obvious by now, Brookside has been operating in the shadows of political power. The Kenyatta family's ownership, it raised a lot of questions, especially in 2013. When Uhuru Kenyatta became president, many people were accusing Brookside of benefiting unfairly. Due to political influence. I had said this in the other video. Should I repeat? Wacha ni summarize. When the government cracked down on raw milk hawkers, who benefited? When public schools were required to provide processed milk to the students, guess which company was best positioned for this? Allegedly, when the competitors tried to grow, some said they were mysteriously blocked by the regulators. Was this illegal? Not necessarily. But in Kenya, let me tell you, when business and politics mix, hey, even milk itakuwa controversial. Now you might wonder what happened to the other players in this milk game. Number one, Delamere. Delamere sold off its processing farm, to Brookside. KCC, whoa, the government tried to revive it. It tried, but it struggled to catch up. Thunguri Dairy, ile Fresher, and Meru Dairy. Those ones are strong regionally, but they are nowhere compared to Brookside's size. So many farmers felt like they had no real choice left. Juni either Brookside, ama you struggle to get your milk picked. Some even accused Brookside of inaitwaje price suppression, where they pay farmers pesa kidogo. Juu hamna choice, mwende uko kwenye mnataka. There is no competition. Regardless of all this, people still love Brookside. They praise, number one, their reliability. Hakuna mali utakosa Brookside wewe. Alafu, you can always rely on Brookside. Farmers know that they can rely on Brookside. Number two, payment consistency. Yani, it's consistent. Consistency is something Brookside has learned. And then also professionalism. It's not all negative, like all negative. Ni venye tu, lazima tu ukue aware of everything that is happening. Because Brookside has done a lot of good things. Let me tell you guys. Number one, they have provided training to farmers, over 160,000 farmers. Imagine. Number two, they have donated to school feeding programs. Could donate to. Brookside has sponsored dairy expos and agricultural shows. Just magnificent. Brookside has also invested in processing infrastructure across East Africa. Yani, Brookside unstoppable. Isitoshe, Brookside has also supported women-led cooperatives, the dairy cooperatives in places like Embu and Nyeri. Brookside iko na brands mingi, iko na hiyo Brookside, iko na Ilara, iko na Tuzo, iko na Molo Milk, it has Delamere, it has Lato Milk. Lato Milk ni distribution peke yake, but imagine all those brands. So whether you like it or not, najua uko na Brookside kwa fridge, hata mimi nakunywa Brookside hapa tu nikiwapea story.